Hey everybody, welcome back to GWN. I'm Knock, your host. I'm going to do another episode on Boom Beach today. I talked a little bit about the cycle of evil, which is the daily events that are run on Boom Beach. On Monday, you get Hammerman Strikes Back, and then Tuesdays and Saturdays, we've got Dr. T's Tropical Island. We get Wednesday and Sunday, Dr. T's Volcano Island. Then on Thursday, Colonel Gearhart's War Factory, and on Friday, the Imitation Game. Today is Wednesday, so that means we've got a Dr. T Volcano Island that we can do. And I thought I'd go ahead and do one, well, semi-live real quick, show you how it works. Pretty straightforward. I usually boost a couple of statues along the way. Definitely want to boost my resource reward. Get a little extra resources out of it. And you know what, just for the fun of it, let's go ahead and boost the troop health and the troop damage. We'll give ourselves some more gunboat energy. Let's do them all. I like to do this when I'm going to go out and just do a whole bunch of raiding. And I've got some extra potions, so why not? Let's have a little bit of fun. So here we go. Dr. T has landed. In the activity log, we click on it, and then we can go ahead and scout it to see what it looks like. Obviously, the first couple of levels are pretty easy. I think the fastest I've ever done this was like 7.5 minutes for all 7 levels. So we'll go ahead and just dump everybody down real quick. Get a couple barrages out there, see what we can take out. A couple quick artillery shells. Throw some critters. Tanks are going in and working their magic. I will let Everspark throw out some of her critters too. Shouldn't take very long. We'll have this one done. And boom, there it goes. And as you can see, we get a little bit of resource out of it. Not too bad. That, of course, is the first level, and wow, there's nothing to the first level. It doesn't really start to get hairy until about the 5th level. So we'll just zip right through these real quick here. I usually take out the boom cannons first when given the option, simply because sometimes they can one-shot a tank, and I don't want to lose my tanks too early. So they just go down right away. I'm not going to spend too much time fiddling around with them. And then I'll go in and take out the rocket launchers. Once you get into tanks, you'll very quickly learn that the rocket launchers are not that formidable at all. The worst thing that you have to deal with is the shock launcher, or potentially the prototype weapons, depending upon what's on the board. But the shock launcher is going to stop your troops, which means that everybody can start shooting at them, and there's nothing they can do about it. They can't shoot back, they can't move out of range, nothing. So you want to make sure you get shock launchers first. Then the boom cannons, which will typically take out your troops very quickly. Regular ground troops, whether it's a Zuka or a heavy, or in the case of the T-Med strategy, which I commonly use here, tanks and medics, your medics are fairly vulnerable to things like boom cannons. Same thing goes with the regular cannons. They're not as bad as the boom cannons, but for a lot of troops, especially if they're more advanced cannons, they will inflict a lot of damage. So you have to keep that in mind as you're playing. I'll move through these first few levels fairly quickly because, like I said, there's not a whole lot to them. Taking out the shock launchers and the boom cannons as we get up to them. I have max level barrage, artillery, tanks, and medics, so I'm able to do a little bit more with mine than some of the earlier levels you can do in the game, like, say HQ 12, 14, 15, whatever. Goes down. See, only 4 minutes in and we're already on level 4. That's not too bad. What do we got here? One shock launcher. We'll take him out real quick, although we probably won't even need to. Let's go ahead and drop the troops down. Get them working on stuff. Take out that boom cannon. That boom cannon. Those will be the first 2 that we're going to encounter. There we go. Getting a little bit of distraction benefits there out of the critters that Everspark throws. Take out another boom cannon. Now I'm going to drop an artillery shell right between those two. There we go. That softens them up. I don't think I need to take out that other shock launcher. I think I'm just going to drop my troops over here on the far left. I gotcha. All right. There we go. We'll let them come up from the corner. Just for the fun of it. We got another barrage. Let's take it out. Bye-bye. There we go. So like I said, the first few levels of this really pretty easy. Doesn't take a whole lot to knock these out. I think on my lower level games, level 12 to 14 games, I can usually get up to level 4. Sometimes I can't take it down, sometimes I can. But on a game like this, my HQ22 game, it's usually not that hard to go through all 7 levels, even without boosting the statues, which, to be honest, I don't typically do. I just boost my my resource reward statues so that I can get double the resource rewards over, what I would normally get. Yeah, we'll set them down. Let's play around with a new cryo bomb. Check that out. That'll slow everything down a little bit. It was only 6 energy to run. What else do we got here? I think I'm going to go across the top. Yeah, we'll just go right across the top. So let's take him down. And we'll get that boom cannon out of the way. I'm not going to worry about the shock launcher on the far left because he's not going to be able to do me any damage. See if we can't take out 2 for the price of 1 back there. Get both those boom cannons maybe. Yep, got them both. Oh, look at that. We still got more. Well, we'll take out another one and even get out some of those mines. You want to get the... you want to let the tanks or whatever troops you're using take out some of the other structures as you're going so that you can get more energy. Obviously, all the weapons that you shoot from your gunboat require energy, as does, of course, the deployment of things like tanks. So the more energy that you can collect as you play, the more things you can shoot from your gunboat, which of course means more damage that you can inflict on key defenses. Like, for example, now I can do something against this this rocket launcher. See, it makes it a little bit easier on your troops. And ideally, if you're doing something like these Dr. T stages or the Imitation Game, really any of them, you want to try to preserve as much of your troops as you can in between attacks, just so you can do more attacks more quickly. If you have to actually stop and wait for the troops to finally regenerate on the boats, that's a bit of a pain. And likewise, if you want to, you can spend gems, but I hate spending gems if I don't have to. And this should do in Dr. T5. There he goes. 5 up, 5 down. It's about 8 minutes in, so that's not too terrible shabby. You can see some of the stuff we got, including some intel for a task force operation. Yes, your replicators are just getting warmed up. Well, I'm going to just keep on killing. Ironically enough, I usually find level 6 is harder than level 7. Don't ask me why. I don't know. It just usually is. Let's come in from over on the right. I'm not too worried about the rocket launchers right now, but these 2 shock launchers need to go. And we get pretty close with the barrage. It's all right. Oh, you little bugger, you. There we go. Look at the range of that other shock launcher. I think if I come from the right corner at the enemy HQ that I will be able to avoid it. I'm going to take out this last machine gun and rally the troops here. There we go. The red flares, you see highlighted at the bottom, I just threw one. They're nice for bringing your troops back together because they have a tendency to kind of spread out, and in no time at all, they're just kind of everywhere. So you really need to use those flares to keep them together. There's always more power in numbers. It's pretty much the nature of all these kinds of games. They very quickly take out enemy defenses that could potentially cause you a lot more damage if you only had one or two of your troops working on them. As always, the continued benefit of distraction from those critters. Ooh, buddy, it might be a problem. Let's barrage the daylights out of him, see if we can't get him gone. I thought he might be just far enough out of range, but he wasn't. But that's all right. And we'll go ahead and just throw some more barrages down there and take out some more of the fences. And it looks like we're still running at 100%, so that's not too bad. Benefit of boosting those statues, you don't typically lose anything. You get a little more packed in a little more of the punch. Now we go up to level 7, the final level of Dr. T. Let's take a look at what this one looks like. Okay. So if we come from the right, we're going to be dealing with a boatload of rocket launchers. And we've also got a few boom cannons. The left looks a little bit nicer. Not quite as much to come over the left. We'll go ahead and do the left. Take him down. There. Okay, so now we are open for business. Now I'm going to use the cryo bomb over here to slow down these two boom cannons. You can see the kind of damage they do right off the bat. Hit it with a barrage, soften them up a little bit more. Let the tank spread out and get us some more energy, and then we're going to pull them back together down here in the corner and let them work their way up from the lower left-hand corner. Important thing to learn in this game is that you don't have to go straight on head on against really anything. And this is particularly useful when you're doing individual raids, which get you a lot more resources, obviously, against other players within the game. If you, in this case, you see I'm going from the left to avoid a lot of stuff on the right. If you do the same thing, you can literally walk your troops around some of the defenses that a player's put up. In some particularly bad designs of their bases, there will be a path that literally walks all the way around the base and comes in the back where they have just a few defenses. I've managed on my lower level games to take on much, much higher level players, just lots, because they left things open like that. And it's just the nature of the game. It's just something that you don't really think about when you're a new player and when you're designing your base. So it's okay. It's not at all unexpected. But if you go in with the knowledge that you can do that, you can very easily take out just about anybody's base in no time at all. And as you can see here, I'm still running at full strength. My medics are doing a great job of healing all of my tanks. They're coming up on the HQ. We'll take out a couple of those mines and such with our critters. Let's go ahead and take out this boom cannon. And now the tanks have turned their attention to the HQ, except for those two errant tanks that decided they were going to go off and have a little private party, apparently. And they're going to try to take on a few things by themselves. That's okay because we got it taken care of. Down goes level 7 of Dr. T's Island. And we have beaten all 7 levels. And it looks like it took about 14 minutes altogether to do it. So I'm not going to beat my record on this one, but that's okay. It was fun nonetheless. Yes, your volcano is dormant after powering your terror turrets for 20 long rounds. Okay, we'll call it a draw until our next rematch, which will be in a couple of days. So there you go. Dr. T's Volcano Island, Wednesday's day of Cycle of Evil. all taken care of. Thanks a lot for sticking around to the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you're jumping in and playing some Boom Beach. I did open up the clan and the task force, so there are open slots. I forgot to bump it up to 10 slots on the Boom Beach game, but it is up there, and you can feel free to join if you're looking for a task force. And if you're looking for a clan, we got clan games coming up here in just another day or two, guys. I've got, 8 or 9 people that are going to be playing on the Divergent Void clan. We're going to knock it out. We're going to go all the way to the top tier like always. At any rate, take care, keep on booming, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye.